what, too? You're going to have to thank us a lot for this one because it's going to help you in a whole lot of ways. How to cope with Lagos traffic.
Everybody has.
Titi, the traffic in the east, is it anything like what we have in Lagos?
Well, because, you know, we don't have good roads in the east, sadly, but it's about the same thing.
Don't ever compare. Don't ever compare the backwardness of the east to Lagos.
Oh my God! Do you know why the traffic in Lagos is a shame? Because Lagos is supposed to be a metro city.
Exactly. Exactly. Go to New York. There's always traffic in
But not like Lagos.
Because people are making money.
Lagos traffic.
Lagos traffic is enough.
Lagos traffic is terrible. To chew trains.
Lagos traffic is the high. Like if you want to measure how bad this is the worst traffic in the world. Lagos traffic is
as though we don't even have tarred roads.
And should I tell you why? I don't necessarily think it's okay. The roads have something to do with the infrastructure, but people, and I'm sorry, Lagosians, I'm one of you.
No, you're not. You're not one of. Stop saying that.
I'm a Lagosian now. What are you talking?
All of you.
Lagosians have complete disregard for the highway code.
What is the highway code?
There is no highway code.
You know, even aside from the highway, it's still in the highway code. Nigerians drive as if they're driving for themselves. They don't care about people behind them or by their side. And then you have, there's traffic on this lane, and then there's people that are supposed to be going the other way. And then people on this lane go and block that lane. So
I like that keyword right there. We don't care about anybody else but ourselves. Not just in traffic, in every aspect of life. The queue, that's why we don't like to queue, because as long as I get what I want, we don't care. Such a selfish set of people.
It's sad. It's really sad. But yeah, let's see if we can help you out. Good luck. And if you're in traffic, don't watch your TV and drive. But anyway, for years, Lagosians have looked for ways to beat one dominant problem, the traffic. I know. Some of these strategies, such as leaving home as early as 4 a.m., delaying the trip home till 10 p.m., will not work for everyone. But here are some ideas that may work. Number one, stay informed. Information is probably the most important factor in navigating your way through Lagos traffic. Understand the traffic patterns on your most frequently traveled routes. Understand traffic timing and the conditions of roads in your area, especially if you're from the east, according to Titi. You can also listen to the radio to find out what traffic is like.
99.3 Nigeria info is very good.
It's very good. We do traffic report.
We have 2 correspondents and 1 former correspondent of 99. Oh, I'm also a former correspondent.
You all been there.
Former correspondent.
It's so ironic that we actually had to create traffic radio. Do you know that's really rare? Like, do they have traffic radios anywhere else in the world?
Yeah, but we're unique. We're special.
Maybe
we're the center
segments.
of excellence.
Maybe
segments, but not a whole.
Like, geez, is it like the
radio.
Weather Channel or something? Like, it's really that bad.
Yeah, if they can have the Weather Channel, in London because of the erratic weather in London, why can't we have a traffic radio?
Erratic traffic.
So you agree?
I applaud the Lagos State government.
We do, of course you do.
Do you know what's interesting about the traffic?
We appreciate that solution, but can we also fix the problem that's causing the traffic
that's
radio?
where I was going to.
Thank you.
During this casting, the traffic that happened made us realize different routes that you could take. The Elegushi route, the Lekki Phase 1 route. And really, there are several routes you could take to beat the Lekki Aja Express. But because the government somehow cannot see that those roads are there, they're leaving it, and the roads are bad, and not every car can pass through there. But imagine if those roads were actually fixed, the traffic will come down.
And we forget that there's space up above us. We
I'm
cannot
telling
breathe
you,
in.
what's happening?
I do think that you people are a bit ungrateful.
Is it because you live on the island and you don't have to drive? Ayo has people driving her, by the way.
I think you're very ungrateful.
Ayo, you want to make me fight with you like I fought with my mom. It's just like when the mom brings that, and my mom says, thank God they tried. I'm like, they tried.
No. You're very ungrateful. We house you guys. We allow you to come and work in our society.
Who is we? Who is we?
People.
Why did you leave Lagos for Swansea for a decade?
Take what we can give you.
Lagos is only standing because of our tax money.
Yeah, right.
Proceed.
Stop being ungrateful.
But I think as much as the infrastructure needs changing, I think our mindsets as drivers, we do. I still can't get over the fact that every mile that you drive in Lagos could be near fatal.
It's still a problem of Lagos State.
So
do you know what Lagos people do when you go for your license?
Please tell me what Lagos people
You go there, you pay 17,000, which is not a fee. Somebody will help you to get your driver's license.
They will pass the test for you.
To pass the test.
So people aren't taking adequate driving left
I wonder
tests.
who those people are. They are mainly foreigners. They should go back to their...
Are you trying to say something? What are you trying to say,
I just believe that if Lagosians were the ones who lived in Lagos, would have less traffic in this town.
Gloria.
Tip number 2. I love this topic. Watch when you leave and return home. Now, if leaving early and returning late works for you, that may be fine. Just remember to take adequate security measures. Please protect yourself on the road at these very odd hours. Now, if this won't work, consider having a job that will allow you to leave a bit late and maybe return a bit early. Is that possible?
No.
In Nigeria.
You can find it. You can find jobs.
It's not possible.
You're just grateful to have a job. So you're not saying, no, I don't think I like it.
But maybe there are employers out there that are hearing this. See, the blog is a very powerful show.
I believe so.
And people all over the world tune in.
Slave drivers. They don't believe that when you're not suffering, you're working. It's when you suffer and you sweat.
And if you're having a good time, it's almost like, why are you smiling?
Yes.
But that's
how you do.
Maybe they need to come work at WeTV because we enjoy what we do and we have so much fun.
I mean, have you seen the happy video? Because we are happy.
But I do have to. You know what? Yes, we are happy, but we do work out because we sit down here, we're laughing and smiling, but we write the scripts, we bring the stories. We have Mamus out there that organizes these things for us, and we appreciate it. So we work a lot.
And shout out to our producer F Young as well.
F Young. Eating boy.
Eton. Oh, and Tunde, we love you.
The mixing, wow.
Tunde, you are off the chain, and you're so hot.
Do you know because of us, he has sleepless nights?
And they go check the cameraman.
Ibrahim, Mikey.
They're sleeping, they're dreaming about the blog. Even when we come to them during their lunchtime, they never want to take. Once we mention the blog, they're starting.
Why ask you to work?
Yeah, for real. Number 3, reduce some chores and activities. Now, in some areas of Lagos, Ayo, with all the weddings and events going on, traffic on Saturdays is even worse than on weekdays, particularly on environmental sanitation days.
Wow. That is the Lagos part.
But sorry, do you know that Lagos mentality of building? See, Lagos Island, you have a house and you're building houses side to side.
Is this Lagos Island, Ayo?
Lagos Island is worse than this.
Where's your hometown?
Lagos Island is worse than this now. Just the way they build.
Is that not the tree that my grandfather planted when he married my grandmother? Right there.
Y'all congesting everywhere. But the solution is to try to reduce your activities and trips to the stores so as to avoid as much traffic as possible.
Come on, what do you mean reduce?
But the problem is you can do that by walking. But I learned here that people don't walk very much.
So you know what's interesting? There was a time I actually used to enjoy strolling, and then people would look and call me a slut, or they'll say, you don't have money. But I used to do it because I enjoyed it.
I'm that way too.
Do you know, I enjoy walking a lot. You know, it's a Lagos thing. Anyway, so
really?
So my church isn't really far from work, right?
Yeah.
So when I want to go to church and I'm like, oh, I'm going to work, you see, they'll just look at me and almost lay hands to pray for me that I'm suffering.
And it's just down the road.
Just down the road. That's something. When I was in uni, I used to walk from like here to the toll gate. Every single day.
And it's fun. I actually like walking too.
So they're very lazy when it comes to that. Although the sun doesn't help matters, but even in the evening, people look.
It's not what it's pride. It's just there's this black man pride that doesn't make any sense.
But you know, in the UK, I hear they walk everywhere.
Yeah, we walk.
People walk
I'm not gonna lie.
I said
I'm not gonna lie. I've been conditioned because when I first got here, I would walk to go and get my nails done. I would walk to go and get food. And you see, like you said, the dirty looks. People are just looking at you like, Kilode now, what's wrong now? So mentally now I'm just like, well, I'm gonna get in my car, which I don't know. I think it's a bad thing because I don't walk as much.
Yeah.
I used to walk everywhere.
You got your exercise.
That way. I used to be very fit. But now just to go up the stairs in wardrobe, I'm like,
Wow. But I do also hope that our government could develop the road, I mean the waters, like ways of transporting people by water, by train.
Nigeria could be
buses. Please, the bus should not be like a class thing. But I don't blame people for not wanting to use it because it's not safe and it's not in good condition.
And it's stressful. That bus thing is very stressful.
The thing about it is that we're such a class-divided nation that even if they brought air-conditioned waiter-serving buses, if you're not riding in a car, you still be
but you know the truth. That's why PR is very powerful. There are ways that you can push these things. When BRT first came, I took BRT because it was so
really
fantastic.
Big.
But then, as always, from day one, I knew BRT will not last because Nigeria don't know how to manage things. We have zero management skills.
Do you think it was you seeing the glass half empty that made it fail? Because they say that whatever your mind can conceive,
no, it's just
achieve.
well, too bad. I mean, Nigeria, and I'm used to seeing these things that you bring something today, you can't.
We didn't maintain it.
The Lekki Ajah Expressway is not even being managed. See potholes everywhere.
We don't.
Things come
and they're not maintained. That's the problem. And I also think the BRT buses were not enough.
Don't you think?
That's a big problem.
I'm looking forward. It almost seems impossible. To be honest, even though I'm looking forward to it, I can't actually see it in my mind's eye. To have the underground system running in Lagos.
Oh wow!
They tried something like that at Falomo when I was in secondary school. There's this underground tunnel that you go through, but then Lagosians decided to go and start pooping there. So they had a lot of poop. It was a poop house, and so they shut the place down.
Then they should build more toilets,
build more facilities. Man, we can go on and on. Number 4, avoid getting a road rage. Yes, it could be difficult coping with crazy drivers in Lagos, but reacting will only stress you out. I believe that thing will only make it worse. Yeah. So use the time to clear your head and avoid focusing on the craziness that surrounds you. You could listen to soothing music instead of biting that, or you could just listen to something inspirational.
You know, this soothing music thing, I was actually listening to it. I was listening to Jesus music today. And then I turned back and said, up there! But then when I now listen to the music, it says something, Jesus, and I'm like, wait, was I listening to a Christian song and I shouted on there?
Gloria, when you said that soothing music, I was going to say, not in this Lagos. There's a spirit that just, you know, singing, Jesus, get full!
Early in the morning, I mean, a bus conductor is shaping for you. First thing, 5 o'clock in the morning.
And guess what's playing in his bus?
Look, as soon as you step in a car, like your whole, for me, even my mum, and my mum's really old, God bless her, she's like 70, and every fibre of her being changes when she's driving. She's no longer that sweet 70-year-old lady.
Yeah.
She'll be like, are you? What's wrong with
Everything
like,
changes.
And I'm like, Mummy, what's wrong? And she's like, this is how you have to drive, Jared. I'm like,
shout out to mom. Now, finally, and this one is really important, avoid drinks and certain foods before you hit the road in Lagos. Unfortunately, we're not blessed with public toilets and facilities, so you have to be really mindful.
That's not far-fetched, though, really, is it?
You have to be really mindful of what you eat before going out. Also, avoid drinking anything close to the time you plan to drive or use public transportation, because you may just find yourself in a crazy situation like that one. So, I mean, I've actually always said it, like, because what do you do? Like, you're stuck on 3rd Mainland Bridge. What do you do?
You know, it's interesting that OPJ of Wazobi actually had a similar issue of peeing by the roadside, and then he was stopped and but he said something very vital. He said, we don't have public toilets and there's traffic on the road. Should I pee on myself or pee in my car? And really, since then, I mean, sorry, it's a bad lesson that he taught me, but since then, man, I'll park my car and go and pee on my sidewalk.
On the
bridge.
How?
On the bridge.
The point. You don't know me.
Titi, you're on the block. Don't disgrace us.
When I want
on
to
the
prove a
bridge.
point, I'll go and pee. I'll say, okay, come and carry me now. Here's the toilet here.
We're breaking the law on TV. We don't do that. This is the blog.
We absolutely.
She allegedly.
Allegedly.
It's a fictional story.
Yeah, she's never done it ever in her life, and she does have a driver's license.
Yeah.
If you have any tip you'd like to share on how to cope in Lagos traffic, please send us an email, blog@cooltv.cool. Hit us up on Twitter and Facebook, Cool TV, the blog. And don't forget the hashtag. Tora, you know it by now.
I know.
Love to blog.
That's my favorite bit. I love it.
On this note, we're going to take a quick break, but check out what people in the streets actually had to say about coping in traffic in Lagos. We'll be right back.
It has been a tough time, most especially towards the closing hour.
Bad, the hold up is too bad. Because on my way coming to Lagos now, we used like 3 hours inside the car. Now imagine when you enter motor, even though you give them 200 naira, if there is bad hold up, you are going to come down.
Sometimes Lagos traffic, like I told you, is notorious.
From 4 o'clock, until you get it very tough to get to your destination. It will take you like 2 hours or 3 hours to get to your destination, something that is supposed to be of 45 minutes or 35 minutes. But if there is any way government can do something about it, fine.
I mean, you are in traffic for so much time and wasting work hours.